My name is Kelsey. I'm nearly 15 years old and I live with my parents and older sister Lydia. My dad works on a horse stud farm and my mum works at a school where both my sister and I attend. I am here tonight to speak mostly on my sister, her medical condition and the repercussions of that condition on both her and my own freedoms. My sister Lydia is one of 80,000 Australians diagnosed with refractory epileptic encephalopathy. This condition causes individuals to have seizures that are resistant to treatment with anti-epileptic medications. This condition limits the independence and freedoms of not only the individual, but also their family. Lydia is a beautiful person. She can light up a room. She can be engaging and captivating. She has a big personality, a great sense of humour, and doesn't wallow in self-pity. She is brave and she stands up for herself, others, and what she feels is right. Lydia has a strong sense of natural justice. She never lets her condition bring down her mood, and she's always seeing the positives in her life. Lydia always leaves a positive impression on everyone who meets her. Obviously, Lydia is not defined by her condition, but somehow she is. And this condition can feel like the third sister. Lydia's condition includes developmental delays and some autistic traits. Her literal interpretation of everyday language, for instance, her strong sense of justice, her difficulty moving from one task to the next, including difficulty answering questions or engaging in a conversation she didn't instigate. The third sister is purple. She symbolises epilepsy, and she inflicts the seizure activity. Her seizures range from quiet and benign to seismic events that can be very confronting. Following these episodes, Lydia picks up where she left off, though tonic-clonic seizures require her to rest and recover before she gets back on her feet. These physical and mental side effects are only the tip of the iceberg. During her childhood, Lydia grew up under constant surveillance, and like any other 17-year-old girl, she would love some more privacy. Lydia also missed out on many ordinary, standard childhood activities, like sleeping over at a friend's house. There will be many more standard, everyday activities that she will miss out on. Lydia will likely never get to drink, drive, or live alone. Lydia had just turned 6 when she was diagnosed, and at this time she had reached a skill level high enough to compete nationally in gymnastics. Her condition prevented her from taking this opportunity. I don't remember that version of Lydia, the one who walked confidently on a beam, swung from parallel bars, and set records climbing the rope. Although she is still fearless with animals and will have a go at virtually anything, she's a very different version of that little girl. Lydia confronts this with the courage of a lion, but for me, it's complicated, in a mixed blessing kind of way. So while Lydia is out there leaving a big impression on everyone who meets her, I'm then delegated as Lydia's sister, not Kelsey. The 24/7 supervision Lydia received growing up meant that I felt there was an imbalance of fairness. She received more care and attention than me. At times, this made me feel resentful towards her, which then made me feel guilty. Although intellectually I understand that she requires more care and attention, it didn't change that I felt invisible. Friends and family would always ask how Lydia is, and I would feel forgotten. I was always the younger sister with the big sister responsibilities. At times, this made me feel awkward, and I know Lydia felt it too. I often feel guilty. Survivor's guilt shadows me. Why not me? Why should Lydia have this condition and not me? Why does she have to live with this and I don't? I was only 3 when Lydia was diagnosed, and I grew up not knowing any different. I didn't understand her condition fully, and I didn't know how it affected her and would continue to affect both of us. I was about 10 or 11 when the reality started to hit home. I realised that I discovered a new normal, and her condition had more meaning to me. I realised that this condition wasn't going to go away anytime soon, and that we would have to live with this for a considerable length of time. Lydia's lack of autonomy doesn't only impact her, it also impacts me. I missed out on countless things because of her condition. When I did get to go to things like sleepovers, I felt guilty. Guilty that she would never share these experiences. And I know that this guilt will follow me into my adult life. Soon, I will start to drive and plan to move out of home as a young adult. And knowing she won't get to share these same experiences will bring more guilt. I have always told myself that I am not alone in this. There are plenty of other people in the same position as me. However, I don't actually know anyone in the same boat as me, and that makes me feel more alone in this. Looking into the future, I am concerned for how Lydia is going to contribute. She has many talents and lots to give, but how can she when society isn't prepared to help people like her live their best lives? I am scared to think that Lydia will be cared for and not catered for. She has already had so much taken from her, yet she wants to work, to contribute, and to positively engage in life. We need more education and awareness so that we can assist people with this condition, and then maybe they won't be so limited. Epilepsy WA is helping to increase education and awareness, and there is currently a Senate inquiry into epilepsy in Australia, focusing on things like public understanding, access to treatment, and support services. I would love to see more awareness in school curriculums and a part of education. If I could change one thing now, it would be as simple as adding epilepsy on a checklist for first aid training, and encourage workplace accommodations, such as eliminating environmental triggers like flashing lights. This way we can create a better equipped workplace to help people like her. A seizure is no more confronting than a heart attack or a broken bone. Many head injuries are followed by a seizure, and many normal teenage people experience their first seizure as a teenager. Why the mystery? When did a difference become a disease? If we can recognise it and manage it, then maybe we can enable the Purple Army to live their best life as equally and inclusively as we support everyone else to do so.